If the biggest planetary polluter is the Pentagon, bigger than 140 countries combined, according to statistics, what would happen if the world leaders were asked, why the heck are we shoveling the Pentagon so much money? Stay tuned, because we're going to find out. People ask me all the time, hey Brian, do you really use that keto elevate stuff and does it really work? The answer is yes and yes. Never in my entire life have I lost body fat so quickly. Not even in my prime at 25, which is over 25 years ago. I'm approaching 54 this year. If you want to support the channel and do your health a favor, grab some with my link in the description. Abby Martin confronts Nancy Pelosi at COP26 for overseeing massive increases in the Pentagon budget, a bigger polluter than 140 countries combined, while touting historic leadership on climate change. This will be interesting.
Wait a minute, I want a woman. I want a woman. A woman.
A woman.
Gender equality here. Maybe I don't. Let's see.
Abby Martin with the Empire Files. Speaker Pelosi, you just presided over a large increase in the Pentagon budget. This Pentagon budget is already massive. The Pentagon is a larger polluter than 140 countries combined. How can we seriously talk about net zero if there is this bipartisan consensus to constantly expand this large contributor to climate change, which is exempt from these conferences?
Ooh.
Military is exempt from climate talks.
Wow, that I cannot wait to hear what Nazi slur your speech. Slur your speech is the bird bath. It's the bird bath of the privilege. You get the bird bath or the privilege. You got to pick one of those. Cannot wait to hear this. So she's confronting her about the biggest, probably the biggest gross polluter on the planet, the Pentagon. I had not heard that it pollutes more than 140 countries combined. If that fact is true, if that statistic is true, that's something I want to hear Nancy Pelosi speak on. Go for it, Nancy.
Well, I just want to use an example if I can.
Oh, Nancy Pelosi's not going to answer the question.
You know, the sea level rise is an important part of, what's happening to the climate. And I am not a defense person, but I've had so many talks with the Defense Department, with the Navy in particular, about how they have to respond to what's going on. So I really do think that there is no reason why what we're putting together, with Build Back Better and other things, can't respond to the Defense Department and have the same impact in terms of reducing emissions. And I do think that the Defense Department is very much aware of the fact that they have to play a major role, both from a strategic as well as, for the good of the world. So I don't see what we're doing in any way, or, increasing the defense budget, as being something that's inconsistent with climate action. I really don't.
We're increasing the budget of the world's biggest gross polluter, but I don't see how that's contributing to the demise of the earth. I mean, we're shoveling money like it's going out of style toward the Pentagon. Remember, a day before 9/11 happened, it was September 10th, 2001. Donald Rumsfeld got up there and said, well, looks like $2.3 trillion is missing from the coffers of the Pentagon. They're shoveling trillions upon trillions ever since then. Trillions. How many trillions of dollars have been shoveled to the Pentagon? And this guy's going to sit up there with a straight face. It's almost like a Saturday Night Live skit. He's going to sit up there with a straight face saying, I don't see how enriching the coffers of the world's grossest of gross polluters, to the point where perhaps statistics reveal that it pollutes more than 140 countries combined. I don't see how shoveling more money at it is going to worsen the climate change crisis. Could you explain that one to me?
And may I just add that the national security advisors all tell us that the climate crisis is a national security matter. It is, of course, a health.
Yeah, of course they are. They're the foxes watching over the hen house. This is a matter of national security. So what we need to do is we need to tax the little people. while we continue to not only grossly pollute, but grossly pollute in spades as the decades unfold.
Matter for our children, the water they drink, the air they breathe, etc. It is a jobs issue between clean technologies being the future of our workforce and the training for all of that. It is a national security issue because of the all of the conditions that climate crisis produces. I won't go into all of them, but they are cause for migration, conflict over habitat and resources, and again, a security challenge. Wait a minute.
Wow. Let's see some of these comments. Much more to come. Abby Martin confronts Nancy Pelosi over Pentagon gross pollution. Let's see what some of these people are responding. So their answer is yes, we need the military for green imperialism. It's amazing to me how flat-footed and unprepared they always are for such obvious basic questions. Totally agree. Yeah, they don't really know how to spin their responses because they probably haven't even thought about it enough to respond in an intelligent manner. They're just all steam ahead, full steam ahead for the Great Reset. They're not really thinking about anything. They got their blinders on. It's like, we don't care. It doesn't matter. It's a serious problem that will need to be addressed eventually. Keep asking, Abby. Spot on. It's nonsense to talk about net zero emissions while actively expanding the arms trade, one of the biggest environmental polluters on the planet. Oh no, I'm in 2 seconds. I'm 2 seconds in, and Nancy is asking for a woman. She has no idea Abby's there. It almost sounds like at the very first part of this, she realized at the last minute who she was. She goes, "Oh, am I going to regret this?"
Wait a minute. I want a woman. Gender equality here. Maybe I don't. Let's see.
Maybe I don't. I wonder if she realized who Abby Martin was when she said that. That was pretty funny. So if it's true that the Pentagon is the world's gross polluter, one of the last things you want to do is reward that gross polluter by giving it more American and world tax cattle money. It's a big club and we ain't in it. And the question is, how do we combat this? Because there's the clear and present danger right there. Standing up at the podium, sitting behind this green backdrop. When you start implementing these programs, all you do is expand state power. When the state power expands, don't expect that the state doesn't. The worst enemy in this world for the planet is the state. And it's that state who's saying, hey, we need to do something about the climate crisis. Makes a whole lot of sense. Leave your guys' thoughts about that for the world and the global thought police in the comments section below.
Hey guys, we know with the way things have been going, it can get really interesting really quick. So make sure you and your family have a long-term storable food supply. Support the channel and get $50 off with my link in the description while you still can.